How powerful is Turkey? To answer this question, let's begin with the country's military might to give you an overview of where Turkey stands in terms of its military capabilities. Turkey straddles Asia and Europe, which make its geographical positioning very important. To say that Turkey is one of the strongest armed forces in the world to defend its borders, it would be no mistake. In case of war, the Turkish Air Force F-16, its submarines and the state-of-the-art tanks can inflict massive damage on its adversaries. Turkey's armed forces, like all the other armed forces around the world, have three major components. First, its land forces, then its air force, and finally the navy. This military giant of a country also has a strong unit of elite commandos who are commanded by the Turkish General Staff. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Turkish military also reduced its size from 370,000 to 260,000. And you all would be wondering why. So answer to this question is that some countries tend to do so and shift their focus from numerical superiority to the technical advancement. The Turkish Air Force is one of the lethal air forces in the region. Viewers, the Turkish Air Force has close to 300 F-16 fighter jets, and when we analyze its navy, it is one of the biggest navies in the eastern Mediterranean. The Turkish Navy has over 12 submarines and also has the services of a marine infantry brigade. Although Turkey relies primarily on foreign equipment to meet its military needs, but in recent years it made a genuine effort to build its military industrial base and to be self-sufficient. It currently working on the production of the tanks, rockets that will be manufactured exclusively in the Turkey. And not just that, but it has also a potent missile program, and the country is now improving and expanding its ties with the defense contractors around the globe. Did you know that Turkish companies were subcontractors for the F-35 fighter aircraft, which is considered the future of the combat jets? Turkey can now develop its fighter planes in its own country. Perhaps you're all aware that Turkey is also a member of the NATO alliance and has the largest number of the troops in the NATO forces after the US. In Turkey, every young man is obliged to complete 12 months of military service. However, current President Erdogan in 2019 halved the period of conscription from 12 months to 6 months for non-commissioned soldiers. This law obliges all the male citizens over 20 years of age to take a month of tough military training. However, they can be exempted from the training for the next 5 months, but they have to pay the cost, which is 31,000 Turkish liras. As we earlier mentioned that after the fall of the Soviet Union, Turkey downsized its military, and today it has 355,000 active soldiers and 380,000 reserves who are eligible to be called in the emergency in terms of the numerical strength of the active troops. Turkey is 15th in the world and 17th when talk about the size of the reserve soldiers. Let's now turn to the military expenditures of the Turkey. According to the data published by the CIA World Factbook in 2019, Turkey spends around 19 billion US dollars on defense spending every year. The enormous sum represents 1.89% of its GDP. Global firepower indicates that the Turkish army has 2,622 tanks, 8,777 fighting vehicles, 126 pieces of the artillery, and multiple launched rocket systems as well. And apart from fighter aircraft, the Turkish Air Force operates with 80 transport aircrafts and 497 helicopters as well. We talked earlier about the submarines being owned by the Navy, and in addition to this potent weapon, its Navy also has 16 frigates, 10 corvettes, 35 patrol boats, and 11 mine warfare vessels. Now let's discuss its geography. So the geographic location of the Turkey is southwestern Asia, where it borders with the Black Sea, between Georgia and Bulgaria, and between Greece and Syria. Turkey borders the Aegean Sea and the Mediterranean. Because of its important strategic location, it controls the Turkish Straits. If I talk about its natural resources, Turkey is rich in coal, chromium, gold, barite, limestone, magnesium, marble, iron ore, and many other metals that you can find in the abundance there. Why is Turkey important to the world? The answer to this question is that there are three reasons why Turkey is important. The first is its geopolitical dimension, the second is the economic dimension, and the third one is the political dimension. Viewers, even though Turkey is an Islamic country, it's secular. Their characteristics make it unique and can serve as a link between the Islamic world and the West. It has a growth potential to become one of the major international powers and, more importantly, an Islamic model state that other Muslim countries could follow. We are to admire the overtime Turkey has significantly developed its military economy and the political structure, which helped it a lot to win the trust of the international community. Turkey is still an economic giant, and it has been extensively urbanized and industrialized over the years. Turkey's technological advancements have made it an open global market ideal to invest in. That's all from today's video.